What is taking so long? Begin!
We're the Bards against humanity, but it seems in this case, we have to be for humanity.
I use my pyrotechnics to draw on the fire of the pit and create a fireworks show.
Maybe set the angel on fire.
Yes.
You like that?
I'm just doing this.
Hellfire blazing. It's time to rock or die. Away and welcome to Tabletop Troupe.
Tabletop!
Today, we are playing another D&D scenario. We have some of our regulars over here.
Baynard over here.
Fred. And then we have some special guests.
Yuck. Hey.
Hello, I'm Jean.
And my name is Stacey. I'll be the Dungeon Master. Today, we have a group of bards in our midst.
Hey, we're not all bards.
Well,
You're a
Barbarian.
Bardbarian. Okay.
There we go.
however, before we get to that, we cut to somewhere far away across the distant realms to a hellish bathroom of sorts, where there is a giant obsidian bathtub sitting and overflowing with blood, of course. The bathtub has the classic makings of a clawfoot feet that the bathtub stands on, except that it is made of stitched together skin and body parts of various creatures to form these monstrous looking claws that fit over the skulls of yet another creatures. And over the top of the bathtub, blood spilling down.
Someone really put a lot of thought into this design.
I'm just
Very
getting ready for the
specific
show.
and-
Really, that's just.
Inside of said bathtub is a pit fiend, a hideously hellish devil from the nine hells, huge in stature. This one is even more chunky than usual. He has some chunk buffed up. He's sitting in this
Kind of like a
bathtub.
Tony Soprano.
Yeah.
Okay. Of Pit Fiends.
Of pit fiend.
Okay.
He's sitting drinking something out of a goblet, presumably more blood.
Yummy.
Whatever he prefers to drink. And he's kind of languishing here in this bathtub, and he seems to be a bit of a melancholic vibe about him. There is a imp who is there to do his bidding. And he looks at the imp and he goes, I've grown weary, Crest, of my court musicians. Perhaps we should find some new ones. The imp looks
Perhaps more torture will spur them to new inspiration, milord.
and it's back to him. No, there's only so much torture one can endure. Besides, I was much more a fan of their earlier work. No, we shall put on a battle of the bards. Please go rustle up some fresh ones from the prime material plane.
All right, you scrumptious deliciousness. I shall do so right away.
And you see there's something that he's snacking on as well, this pit fiend, like a big bowl of just meats on miscellaneous bones. You don't know where it comes from. Oh, and for the show, prepare some basting sauce for yourself and the other imps. I'll definitely be snacky. And the imp's like,
Yes, your mildness.
sort of backs away, cowering in fear.
Whoa.
And that, my friends, is how you landed in this situation.
That's how all musicians land in the situation. Yep. Music promoters are devils.
This is all a big metaphor.
Speaking of which, your longtime manager, who you've grown to trust and love, approached you one day with the deal of a lifetime. He said to you that you will have private access as the headliners for a hot new venue.
Quite literally.
Yeah, I mean, we've been so starved with venues lately, you know, it's
It's been rough.
we'd probably jump on the opportunity.
Yeah.
Take what it comes.
Yeah, we get a bar tab. You know.
Yeah,
200
obviously we'll check
You
it
get
out.
gold
exposure.
pieces. Yeah, exposure, good exposure.
I mean, that's written in the contract.
Heat exposure.
Now, you're not a regular group of bards. You've recently been taking some other adventures on the side to help fund things, because gigs are rare and they don't always pay much. But this opportunity came along, and you all kind of jumped on it, signed the contract without even really thinking about it, because it's your manager. And I mean, this kind of thing only comes, doesn't come often. Being the headliner every single night, new place. And so a week later, you, at the preordained time, you step into this kind of tavern that's been newly built. And it's called the Bad Deal. And you sit
Not
back.
ominous at all.
You sit backstage in a kind of green room, waiting, and you're preparing, tuning up your instruments. At this point, would you please care to describe yourself, what you look like and what you play, and how you're feeling in this moment of time?
My name is Katri Stefajan. I am a scholar in the mystic arts of the cat lord, and specifically in his divine purrs, which create a lovely musical resonance. I am a big fan of my sitar music, which I use to cast magical spells and charm my enemies.
Nice.
Nice.
You are a tabaxi, right?
Yes, I am Mr. Buxy. I should have mentioned that earlier. I thought it was obvious.
And sitting next to Katri.
I just hitting my drums, trying to get the notes. Yeah, sounds about right. My name's Bon Jonham, and I'm a dragonborn. I play the drums. I ain't got no clothes on except for a little loincloth. Yeah, right around my ball sack.
Which is also intimidating.
Yes. These drums has like straps on them. You know, he's got wings, so he likes to strap on his drums, and every now and then fly down to the ground, do a little drum solo. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do.
Okay. And sitting next to Bon Jonham is.
Okay, my character's name is Fidget. Not much is known about Fidget. She doesn't ever speak. Nobody knows what her real name is. Nobody knows what her alignment is. She's a halfling, and she likes to wear colorful cloaks, and she's got purple hair, and she always wears sunglasses, and she's just shrouded in an air of mystery. She has a magical flute, and she uses this to cast magical illusions. She's not a traditional musician, as you would call it. She's what we in the in the magical world know as an EJ. So she's a effects jockey, and she creates all kinds of illusions to add effect to her band's performance.
Enhance the experience.
Yes, exactly.
Right on. Right on. Without you, we sound like
Well, you look like shit, more
like shit.
specifically.
And leading the pack, the front man.
Name's Zamian Alban. Aldon. I'm gonna do that over. The name's Zamian. My friends call me Z. And I'm a Dhampir, very melancholic and kind of a bit of a downer until I perform, really. But I usually don't talk much, just kind of stand smoldering in the corner. And yeah, been doing this a long time. Long time.
What are you looking at?
everyone's like, what? Keep looking.
You now said tuning up your instruments, doing your
Sounds about right.
doing your vocal warm-ups.
Yeah, my warm-up's just I put my arm against the wall. I'm just like. That's just breathing. Just
Breathing into your armpits.
You hear music faintly coming from down the hallway to where the stage would be. Band rocking out, like real kind of metal vibes. Hardcore. Just like rhythmic.
Apparently Irish.
Irish metal.
Irish metal.
Gaelic metal.
From the Moonshade Isles, no. There is, it's melodic, it's on point, it's tight, and as they end, you hear crowd going up, celebration, and you're like, okay, well, there's another band performing. You were told you're going to be the main act, but maybe they're opening for you guys, so really got to step it up.
Looks like we've got to bring the energy, guys.
We got this, guys. Don't worry about it.
The Cat Lord will pull us through.
This guy's a genius. You should see his work.
Actually, I've never worked with a songwriter like him before, I've got to say.
One more band comes up after the first one. This one, you hear them fumble a bit. And it's like, oof, kind of when you cringe for someone else, like, oh man, that sucks.
Lots of feedback on that mic.
I definitely missed the fifth over that major C.
Neutral C0.
At which point your manager comes up to you, a kind of lanky human, dressed in kind of loose-fitting suits with like way too much gold chains around his neck, and he says,
All right, guys, are you're ready for this endeavor? It is opportunity of lifetime, yes?
You look sweatier than usual.
It's hot here in this club. No ventilation is built in. But please, come. It is your turn. You must not be late.
I just want to say, I specifically put on the rider that I want some meaty bones, and I don't see any meaty bones here on the table. But what's happening there?
Oh, there will be...
I'm not saying it's your fault. Or I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying, like, it would have been nice to have some meaty bones right before the show.
I didn't have my 4 liters of cologne that I asked for.
and my smoked salmon. Look, guys, if you pull this off, you will have anything your heart's desire. You will be set for life, playing day after day, performing to an enthralled audience who will be very attentively listening to you. All right.
Bridget takes a platter of shitty backroom food and she just like throws it on the ground.
Nothing said. Enough said.
Even a fidget isn't happy with stuff.
You can see.
Really, Barry, I thought you... Sorry, what was your name?
I just sit back and...
Look what you did. You
Look at
upset
what you've
fidget.
We'll never be able to perform like this.
No, guys, are you not grateful for this opportunity?
I mean, we are. Look, we haven't played a show in what? It's been like...
It's been 3 weeks.
I know.
Yeah, I don't feel like that library gig was really counted.
I mean, and children's parties also don't really count as shows. That's more of a favour for your aunt.
Just play tonight, and then tomorrow I'll get you anything you want. I promise.
I take my flute and I hold it to your throat, threateningly.
He pulls back, and you see as he pulls back,
You do not want to fuck with.
He's got like this, he's got way too many buttons down, and he's got like this thick chest hair.
It's like an afro, like a Steve do that afro. Like a sponge.
All right, and he lets you guys walk first. He walks up behind you, and you walk down this smoky hallway leading to where the stage would be.
It's all kind of metal, isn't it?
You hear the last bits of the band before you kind of finishing up their song. It's just gotten worse up to the end of it. You look up onto the stage, but it's kind of hard to see because there's like crazy pyrotechnics going off in there, like fire. Something's happening. You can't really see through the archway exactly what's happening up on stage, but you hear them finishing up, and you led through the archway. But as you step through, you're no longer in the Bad Deal Tavern. There is a shimmer, and the archway, you look back, seals up behind you as if rocked in. And you now stand on this rock platform that is floating up in the air, it seems, attached with massive clinking chains to somewhere far below, which is out of reach and you cannot see. Fire all around, just this massive sweltering heat all of a sudden hits your body and your faces. There is these two large like braziers on pieces of rock that lit up on stage and go like periodically. But around the platform that you're standing on, like towards the bottom, you look down and there's just like fire. Just fire as far as the eye can see.
Home sweet home.
This might be a place to curl up.
The manager behind you, who up until this point was acting kind of strange, now drops a visage and becomes a chain devil. This like kind of orangey red pockmark. His whole skin looks like it's blistered, and he is adorned with chains. His entire outfit, his helmet, his dress, there's just chains hanging all over him, everywhere.
This climate's not doing you any
When
favors,
did
mate.
you have the costume change?
His face changes again to Barry.
Oh, you fucker.
Typical manager.
Sorry, you signed the contract.
Oh, I knew we should have read the terms and conditions. Damn it.
I don't like reading.
But none of it was a lie, was it? You'll be able to perform every night if you succeed in a hot new club.
That's pretty funny, actually.
At that point, he steps off of the platform, and you see the band that had performed before you guys. They're kind of walking off the stairs of the stage, uncertain of what is happening. And the chain devil, all of a sudden, chains on his body start to animate and whoop into these performers and lift them up into the air, and then the chains stretch out and pin them to these rock pillars that are around you guys, and they're strung up by these, and you see 4 more chains slither off of his body, and the chains on their own animate and like little creatures help him to tie up these performers onto these pillars upside down. And then these kind of corkscrew devices are driven into their bodies. Kind of, you know, like a cap you put on a wine bottle that opens up.
Yeah.
You can open and close it to pour wine out. It's kind of like that. And you see some imps fly to one of these and go to one of the corkscrew devices and clasp it open and take a goblet, and blood starts to pour out. And
This is quite brutal.
Is that a good year?
the imp flies over towards the back of this rock, and you see now this hulking, massive pit fiend sitting in a throne at the back, drinking blood from the goblet that has just been given to it. And on the side of him, he has this kind of like big bucket of like Kentucky Fried Chicken of just imps dipped in basting sauce that he like periodically takes one, and it's still like like screaming, trying to get away. And
Why is he getting meaty bones? I want meaty bones.
Fidget spits on the ground.
Immediately evaporates. One last thing. There is 3 other performers you see with their musicians, with their instruments. You see sitting around a table that has been set out there. And it seems they have been spared for the time being.
The one before this band?
The one before
that
that band that was rocking out.
Okay.
So if we all want to become like living blood barrels, we got to put on a bloody good show.
This
A bloody good show.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the way.
And one little imp comes up to you.
All right, are you ready to begin? What is your name?
Oh yeah,
Group's name.
what is our band name?
Good question. What kind of band are we?
I'm assuming like
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 new metal? Because we have got the DJ.
Well, I'm not a DJ, I'm an EJ, remember?
EJ.
Yeah, so I cast illusions. I'm like
okay.
the
The
visual,
pyrotechnics
the
and the-
pyrotechnics
Right.
person.
Okay.
I'm like a melancholic crooner.
Okay, so so it'll be like not placebo, but like
I'll give you some emotional, sitar backing.
So we're experiment.
what is our band name? That's the question.
We should have probably thought about
Bar-
this before.
You had a good one, Bards of Humanity.
Oh, Bards Against Humanity.
Bards Against Humanity. I like that.
I vote Bards Against Humanity.
I'm happy with that.
Okay.
All right.
The imp flies up onto one of these like raised rock pedestals that are also attached with chains. The rocks seem to be floating up, and the chains are just kind of holding them in place. Which, by the way, you see now all the imps here are also chained. None of them are just flying around freely. They have pretty long chains, so they can move around quite a bit, but they can't just fly off.
Right.
You see the other group now kind of smugly looking at you guys, like after them, it just failed so horribly. They're like, we got this.
Can I take you higher? they just feel their energy feels like that kind of band.
And from the back now you hear this booming voice.
What is taking so long? Begin!
As you hit we're the Bards Against Humanity, but it seems in this case we have to be for humanity. Hit me with the lights, Fidget.
Okay, so I cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Cool.
Cool. Here we go.
Here we go.
Apparently we're drum and bass because I just
Yeah.
I mean,
guys are like-
if we're a math rock band, then you can literally have
Just
any beat signature and any
just-
beat pattern.
You're like Korn when they started doing drum and bass.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so hypnotic pattern, these twisting patterns of color flit through the air. I would assume you want to cast it like kind of behind you guys, a sort of
Yeah.
light show.
I stand at the back and I cast it around the band, around Damien and the other two whose names I forgot. I'm sorry. Bon. Oh yes, you're Bon, and what's your name?
Katri.
Katri. Okay. Yes, I'm standing in the back with my flute and I play a little melody and I cast hypnotic pattern and it creates this very confusing and alluring and hypnotizing
Sick.
display around the band.
So like every time I hit a beat, like there's some color like splashing up and
that could, yeah.
that could, I enjoy it.
So usually with hypnotic pattern, it's used to kind of confuse or charm a creature.
Well, in this case, it would be this
audience,
dude.
I guess. Yeah.
Okay, so you can try to do that. But then the hypnotic pattern would be there.
Oh, okay.
So if you're using it
Right,
more
right.
just as an effect
Okay.
to enhance your performance, then
Okay.
that's a different use of the spell,
Okay.
which I'll allow.
I think I prefer on stage,
Yeah,
but I want
yeah.
everybody to experience
Cool.
this.
Yeah. Probably also not a good idea to try and cast something on a pit fiend right away.
Yeah,
Might take it askance. Yeah.
It's basically like a projector with psychedelic, like ink drop.
like we're already in hell, so like I don't want to cast like
visuals.
smoke and flames because we're already surrounded by smoke and flames. So it needs to be something that kind of like sets us apart from our competitors.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It needs to be interesting and confusing, I think.
All right, so how this is going to work is there's a certain, this is kind of like a skill challenge, which by the way was made by our good friend Ati. Thank you, Ati, for coming up with this Battle of the Bard skill challenge. There's a certain number of successes you guys have to get before failures running through your music, which represents the other band and how well they did. And so, there are different things you can do on each of your actions, and because it's not initiative, you can start wherever you guys want to start. Maybe if you want to start with the front man, makes sense. So you have different options you can do in your turn. You can try and do a face melting solo, but that's really hard to do. But if you succeed on a solo, you get 3 successes. You can keep the beat, which anybody can do. but that gives you a +2 to the next solo check. Ooh. You can do a regular old jamming, and if you succeed on that, it just gives you 1 success. The front man can psych up the crowd, which you can do once every 2 turns, and that gives someone advantage on a check or a save. You can also do that as a reaction to help someone else on their turn, but then that forgoes your action, your normal action. Okay. So you can like pass your turn.
I can hold it.
And kind of hold it to try and help someone else. And then the drummer can use strength or athletics instead of performance for the thing. So that's basically it. You can keep the beat, you can try and do a solo, you can do regular old jamming, you can do hype up, or you can
use a class feature. Or like
use any kind of class feature that kind of makes sense, and if you can justify the use of it, then you go. So,
sweet.
How do you start up your first song?
So I'm going to, along with the sort of music that's already starting to form, and I think because we're like an experimental band, I see it as just like making drones and like improvising this like very chaotic psychedelic music. So I'm going to use prestidigitation to firstly make a bit of like a couple of notes ring along, and then I'm going to make a microphone appear in my hand, and it. So I'm just going to try and sing along.
Okay, cool. Go for a performance check.
Exercises were not sufficient.
Off to a fantastic.
Oi, Damien, what are you doing?
What the hell are you doing, man?
He starts with like the classic, like, can I get my monitor?
No, but it's like.
I'm gonna keep singing, but I'm just lip syncing. I'm just like.
But also, you give that like shout, but it's not amplified. So in the crowd, it's like.
Yeah.
Like really soft.
It's a total of 11.
But it's still a little natural one.
Okay, so unfortunately, it's a natural 1, which means it's 2 failures.
Oh.
You have pissed off the pit fiend by starting up late anyways, not being able to decide her name, all that. And now with this weird experimental non-start, everybody kind of doing their own thing, not just starting in unison. That's a bad start.
That's not a good start.
It's not a good start.
We're can only go up from here.
Let's get it, Bond.
Angrily crunches on some more imp bones.
All right.
Blood spilling off of his teeth. All the while, Imp's just flitting back and forth with more blood, opening the vials.
Yeah. Are these musicians still alive that are being drained?
They are.
Oh, okay.
You know, for the time being.
Nah.
You want to get 12 successes before you get 10 fails.
Okay.
We're already
Off to a great start.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it. So, after this very rocky start, you try to get a bit more in tune. What you gonna do, EJ? I'll give you a +2 to your first check, since that was in place.
Okay.
And kind of it gave a promising start to the performance, which was then curtailed a bit, but.
Fucking sound guys.
Okay.
There's the imp at the back. Like,
I told you we should get our own sound guy.
You know how much a fucking engineer costs?
Oh,
there's an imp just like arbitrarily sliding things up and down.
This is what you get when you get a chain demon for a manager.
Well, to be clear, you had a real manager. The chain demon has an ability to impersonate, change his face.
Okay, so it wasn't like chain demon all along kind of situation.
I wouldn't have been surprised if it was.
I mean, that birthday party was quite hellish.
I don't even know his aunt.
All right.
Okay.
She wasn't even there.
I want to help Damien out here.
Okay.
So I want to like amplify his presence on the stage, to just make him look more cool and like to draw more attention to him. Please don't fuck.
Give him an afro.
I'm gonna cast Silent Image. So I want to cast like a almost what do you call it, like
Illusion?
No illusion, like a hologram of him, but like an enlarged hologram of
like
him
behind him.
Yeah,
Okay.
like that, like looks like super, just like amplifying him and like makes him look even more cool. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. It amplifies his already cool features.
Yeah, like a giant version of him on stage, looking like very.
Is it like mimicking every movement, or is it like a different version of himself?
I think it's just like a cooler version of what he's.
Yeah, just, I mean,
Of the current situation.
you saw that and just knew.
I'm
we have to
currently
do.
going.
It's his self. It's his best. It's his best self.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I would say that will give you advantage on your next check.
Sweet.
So do I roll for this?
No.
Okay.
You can do that. You can
Okay.
just do that. Yeah. Right. We then look at the drummer who's pounding along.
Okay. I'm gonna keep the beat.
Keep the beat.
Yeah.
Cool. Keep the beat.
So-
Doesn't actually require any check.
Oh.
You just do it because it's just the simplest beat you can do.
Yeah.
For now, and that adds 2 to the next solo check.
Right. Okay. Cool. 6. So anyone wants to throw a solo? But I think
I'm gonna jam, man.
Save the sweeties
Yeah.
for later.
You can keep building up on the check. So like
Yeah.
if someone else does a keep the beat, then it's a plus
Plus
4
4.
to the next
Okay,
solo
sick.
check. So
All right.
yeah. Okay.
All the way back to me, and then I.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Captain.
All right, I'm going to just jam with the beat.
Yeah, you can like up towards me.
Yeah, like,
And we just like jamming it out.
Guys, sing this.
Yeah.
Synergy, man.
This is what it's about.
The pit fiend now, for the first time, sort of seems like he's paying attention, but still not convinced. Cool. You just go for a regular old performance check.
Right.
Ooh,
16
plus. Cool.
And I've got
Should
a
be
plus 5, I think.
Nice.
Nice.
That's a good roll.
Oh, by the way, sorry, at the end of this initiative now, because you rolled a 1 or below a certain number, I need you to also roll a D12.
A D12.
Yes. Some complications.
Also one.
Oh my.
Wow.
Okay.
Fran, do you
This
know?
guy is not on
Have you
it.
ever heard of rolling anything else? Anything other than one?
seem like-
There are more numbers on the dice.
Roll dice.
One of these dice will work.
So after a rocky start, you guys managed to pick it up again with just like easing it in, you know. The front man, I don't know, like maybe, you know, you've just been wanting to take the music in a more moody direction, and it's, you know,
He's on that
maybe
spice again.
Did you say you have an instrument?
No, I was using my prestidigitation to just add some notes, but I do have a lute that I like, or a lyre that I play. Yeah.
Okay, but you're not currently using.
No, it's like on my back, or like it's kind of hanging, ready to like.
Okay. So the complication you rolled says something breaks.
Okay.
But I'll say in this case, as you start up, you didn't kind of warm up properly, and as you immediately come up with your first notes, you strain your voice a little bit, and you haven't exactly been treating it very well over the last while. Screaming a bit too much, like whatnot. So your
Also,
mind.
there's a lot of smoke in hell. There's a lot of,
Yeah.
People don't follow the no smoking.
Fire
around
and
the musicians.
brimstone. Yeah.
It's unfavorable conditions, so it means you have -3 on your checks unless you skip a turn to try and fix it.
Okay.
But you also have advantage, though.
Thank you for the advantage, but I'm going to try and make it sustained. So I'm going to cast Unearthly Chorus. Okay, so music of the style you choose fills the air around you in a 30-foot radius.
Gonna be gloomy.
It spreads around corners and can be heard up to 100 feet away. And then until the spell ends, I make performance checks with advantage. And I can use a bonus action to beguile one creature I choose within 30 feet of me that can hear the music. It must make a charisma save. And then on a failure, the creature becomes friendly to you as long as it can hear the music, or for 1 hour after. Okay.
So he's definitely further away than 30 feet.
Yeah, but the creature's in front. I'm gonna say, "Get the fuck up!" Wow! And then I'm going to try and just.
Do the thing.
I will
start a
use.
mosh pit.
You know what? I will use a bonus action to beguile who looks like the front man of the other band.
Okay.
To see if I can get them into our music and sort of. The
front man.
Yeah. So they got to make a charisma save.
Get a vibe going.
Nice, yeah. If the other band starts cheering for you, then
the front man, interestingly, of this band is the drummer.
Okay.
He is a dwarf, bald, big, bushy white beard, and the instrument that he's playing, he has a different types of shields, kind of just adorned on his body, and you can just see this from looking at him. And he has kind of like 2 drumsticks, or like big mallets essentially, and he plays the shields on his body. Cool. As a kind of what are those instruments called? The kind of metallic drums.
I don't know what they're called.
Like song pans, pan drums.
They are hand drums. I
hand
think.
drums, okay.
Yeah, kind of like that vibe, but
Okay.
it's shields.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Well,
Get him into it.
so that would be like a separate thing on my turn, other than the performance itself, because it's a bonus action.
A bonus action.
Yeah. So I just want to try and get them friendly and like
Cool.
Into it.
jamming to the music.
Yes.
Okay. Performance check.
Is it mine?
24.
I think that should do.
Did you minus the 3 as well? Jeez. That's nuts.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
so lost.
At first, like, so it's just the one guy, right?
Yeah.
Okay. At first, he's kind of resistant because they're kind of just glowering at you guys, like not wanting to succeed.
you can't take me high.
But then the music gets to him, and this magical effect takes him, and he starts to gets up
real
onto the table
And
sort
starts
of like
jamming out.
just shaking his shields, kind of to the rhythm of your music.
Cool.
Like kind of adding, his
I just-
bandmates are like trying to pull him down. Sit
Yeah.
down. Get him out.
I'm gonna turn back to you, and then I'm just gonna bond, and I'm just gonna be like, still got it.
I knew he'd be back. I knew he'd be back.
Doesn't take much.
Back to Fidget.
Yeah, I think what I want to do is now we're starting to get the attention of the audience. I want to kind of hype up the visuals, you know.
Okay.
Like I'm almost like imagining like trance party level visuals, like weird, like 3D psychedelic, like holographic illusions. So
likes
would that
lasers.
be like would keep the beat, or what was the other one?
Keep the beat or jam.
A jam.
Maybe it's more of a jam.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd say it's just adding
So
to the vibe.
Yeah.
Getting
So
into
then
the
you
jam.
roll a performance check to jam or what?
Yeah, roll performance check.
Okay. D20.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. What is that? A 6 or a 9?
it's a 6.
Oh fuck.
Plus 6 though.
Plus?
So 12.
Okay, so 12. Oh, so plus performance.
Yes.
Basically. Okay.
How much was it in total?
12.
It's good visuals, but you kind of, there's certain visuals that you kind of like to reuse in your performances, and one of the, like the second or third one is kind of these sprouting angel wings. And you're like, oh shit, and you're trying to get
Not the vibe.
But Fiend sees it, and immediately his nostrils flare the smoke, and his wings, massive wings, like flip up, and you just see smoke and fire swirl. Growls. Doesn't come towards you or anything, but he's not.
Well, that's a reaction. That's a reaction.
I've started to visibly sweat.
So
Anime sweat drop.
unfortunately, that's another failure.
Oh no!
Damn.
The side table not putting away.
Come on, guys. All right. Back
Get into it, Bond.
Back to the beat.
Take us there.
All right. So
So it's a 14 for the performance check. You guys can know that now.
I'm gonna jam.
Okay.
I'm gonna jam.
Regular old jam.
So what's the two differences?
Keep the beats or regular jam.
No, I'm gonna
You're gonna try and get a success here.
I'm gonna try and get a
cool.
success.
Skill check.
I'm gonna try and use
for it.
athletics.
And by the way, a natural 20 is 2 successes, and a 1 is 2 failures.
Yeah, come on, natural 20. Let's go.
Come on.
15 plus 8, 23.
cool.
Yeah, I still got it. Look at me go. Yeah.
Yes.
Give me that bass line on the
That's what I
guitar.
like.
I think we decided to make his drums actual barrels because ain't no pig skin's gonna survive their bombs.
Yeah, it's like some really tough hides. If there's hide, like owlbear hide or something.
It's like dragon hide.
Dragon hide.
It's like I shed every year.
Oh, yeah.
I use my own hides. Actually, my drumsticks are like my horns that I shaved off.
And then they grow back.
I kind of look
in.
a little bit like Hellboy.
Yeah.
And I just play with my own horns.
Okay.
Fucking
Well,
epic.
that's yeah.
That's gnarly.
Okay.
Awesome. That is metal.
That's pretty metal. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the drum beat is sick. There's cool visuals going, but it stuttered for a moment with the whole Angel Wings thing. Katri, what you gonna do?
I'm thinking I need to take these visuals up to the next level, and I use my pyrotechnics to draw on the fire of the pit and create a fireworks show.
Maybe set the angel on fire.
Yes.
You like that?
Okay.
So it's like
burn up.
we planned this all along. We were like, Angel Wings.
Yeah, burn them to the ground. I love it.
I know that is your favorite pit fiend.
I'm just doing this.
Yeah, totally meant to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so pyrotechnics, area of non-magical flame, puts in a 5-foot cube within range. You can create fireworks or smoke. In this case, you want to do fireworks, which is just like. So, in between the visuals of the angel wings going on stage, you're also doing this like burning.
So we're literally setting the angel on fire.
Yeah,
I
okay.
guess.
So I would assume, like, in response to this fidget, you make the angel wings kind of burn up and decay as the fire is going on. So go ahead and make a performance check for that as well.
Let's perform.
Nice.
15 plus 5.
Nice. 20, 30, 20.
Nice. So that's another success. So you guys are sitting on 4 successes, 3 failures.
Okay.
Looking better.
Looking better. Looking better.
Finally
Looking better.
getting
Remember,
into
there's a +2 still to the solo if anyone feels like it's time to rip some pipes.
I will say, I'm not going to say exactly how much, but the solo's DC is hard.
Okay.
So keep that in mind.
It's hard.
Okay. I will, in that case, then with my turn, use my bonus action again to just wink at another one of the band members and try and beguile them. So I can do it on every one of my turns. I can
This guy is like,
one beguile, one creature, and they essentially just charm.
Is it a spell slot or what is it?
So the spell, I concentrate on the spell.
Oh, you're concentrating on it.
Yeah, so I concentrate on the spell.
Okay, I'm going to say, just to be fair, the things that you guys are holding, like hypnotic pattern and whatnot, that requires concentration.
So if I cast another spell, that's going to cancel.
Or when you make a performance check, I'm going to say you have to try and maintain the concentration on those. Just because it's doing something else that's not concentrating on that.
All right. Well, in that case, I will just try and beguile one of them with my bonus action, and then use my action to kind of like in a stupor walk over to the drums and seem like I'm really interested. I'm just going to drink some water and try and fix my problem.
Okay.
My
There's a tiefling with a harp, and then there seems to be a kind of vocalist guy as well.
I'm gonna try and charm the vocalist.
Okay.
So I'll just, before I kind of like stumble over to the drums, I'm gonna be like, "You, give me something."
Okay.
Fucking anything.
What's the saving?
It's a DC 15 charisma save.
Okay. Oof.
So it's a bonus action.
There's a bonus
And
action.
then you use
While
an
I'm
action to
Yeah, just drink some water and so it fix my throat.
The water here is all blood, by the way.
Yeah, well, I'm a vampire, so.
Hey! Hello!
What is that?
I'm a vampire. So,
motherfucker.
it's like perfect.
Okay, nice. Yeah, he is beguiled. So he also now, following his dwarven bandmates, now starts to get up and just jam along. You ask him to give you something. You see, he's equally kind of moody vibe to you. He has these long, kind of purplish black robes on. You see him start to kind of fumble beneath his robes, and some kind of like thong gets taken off and thrown.
I catch it. I'm like,
like a fur loincloth, but a really sweaty one.
Oh man, then your voice is gonna be gone again.
I'm gonna retcon the water drinking a little bit because I'll just be like, I'll just grab the underwear out of the. throw it on the ground, and I'm gonna run over to these guys hanging here. And I'm just gonna drink some of the blood, like pouring out of them.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna run back up.
He's lost his mind! He's lost his bloody mind!
Crazy, like fucking G.G. Allen shit. Like,
I'll say your positions might be relevant at some point. So just tell me if you like.
I'm gonna.
I think you came over to guys.
And you were over at the drummer's side. You were still like.
Sorry, we're doing it again. No, this is not part of the song. I did not write that.
We're just trying to keep the
just
structure.
keep the thing going. Yeah.
So that was your bonus action again.
That was my whole turn, yeah.
Okay.
So, because for my action, I drank the blood to try and fix my throat.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was 2 tricks. Okay.
Because I am a vampire, I thought like, okay,
Yeah,
blood.
I'd say.
Oh, you're a vampire.
Yeah, I'm a dumpier, so I'm like,
I'd say that's a pretty dope way to fix your voice, and
Yeah.
it definitely works.
nice.
Cool. Back to Fidget.
Okay, I wanna cast Major Image,
Okay.
and I want to make it look like the whole stage. It's starting to rain blood everywhere, and like in the scene in The Shining when the elevator thing opens. I want to create an illusion that creates this visual of just blood coming out of everything and like spraying all over the place.
We're going full on vampire nights right now.
Well, I want to make this look like it's part of an act, you know,
Yeah.
like now it's like blood.
The burning angels.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just like fixing stuff the whole time. Well, all of us actually.
Yeah.
It's just
With Major Image, there's a couple of extra effects you can do. You can create sufficient heat or cold to cause damage. You can make a sound loud enough to deal thunder damage or deafen a creature. You can make a smell that might sicken a creature. So there's other things you can do in addition to just having it be a visual effect.
Well, yeah, and I would probably assume like a pit fiend would dig it if we like actually killed some people without music. So.
Yeah.
I
Kill
mean,
that guy.
Or what you can safely assume that what we might find the most entertaining is you killing the competition.
Ooh.
Sick. Okay, I've got so much that I can do with that. I've got so much.
Okay, let's go for the band then.
I want to sicken them. I want them to be so grossed out by all of this blood, you know, like being it must look like they're getting covered and drowning in it almost, you know. I want to intimidate them and make them feel really sick.
Metalocalypse.
As Major Image.
Chain reaction.
Yeah.
So a cacophonous, massive deluge of blood splashes down onto the table, washes over this whole rock, all the way up into like the pit fiend's feet, and like spills over the side. And you just hear this hissing of blood as it falls into the fire below. They go like tumbling over their chairs and their tables and everything. It's like washing down with this deluge. I'm gonna go ahead and make some saves for
Something smells delicious.
But wait, so this is it affecting them like other than an illusion?
Yes, a major image. It actually does real physical things to them.
Sicken
So
them,
in this
yeah.
case, it's going to sicken them. So I'm going to say they will.
What's the pit fiend's reaction to this?
I'll get there in a second.
Sorry.
They rolled an 8, a 4, and a natural 1, so they all fail against this. The blood kind of has the stench of like old blood. It's, you know, like when water starts to go off a bit, or blood starts to go a bit rancid.
Corpse. Blood.
Yeah, and they all kind of run to the side of the rock, start hurling over the side. The pit fiend looks at them.
Pathetic.
He now comes walking over.
Can I move them to the edge here?
Yeah, you can kind of move them to the edge, but it's not going to matter in a second. Because he now says,
No court musicians of mine can be so weak.
and he takes this giant like whip that he has also with like a hook in it and starts to just one by one hook into them and then just flings them off the side. And they go flying off. Look at Wilhelm screaming. You hear the one for one, they go over the edges into them.
burn
Was it
up.
just 3 of these guys, eh?
Yeah, 3 of them. They're gone.
Punk rock
They're dead.
band, yeah.
He now turns to his imp.
There goes our crowd.
Yeah. He.
the crowd we
But
need.
there goes your potential competition. He now turns to the imp and says, "Now these guys better perform." And he turns to you and says, "This does not mean you win by default. Continue."
So, Bon Johnham bursts out the wings from his back, straps on his 2 drum straps. He takes to the skies with his drums, and he flies to the middle and says,
Fade, this one's for you.
and I do a solo.
Okay.
Nice.
Nice.
So are you like, you're just like hovering
I'm literally hovering in the middle with my drum kit.
Okay.
My whole drum kit's like connected with straps, and I don't know if I need to do a like athletics check. See if I can fly up with a whole drum kit.
We'll get
or-
to something. I'm just gonna use this.
It's time. No one wanted to use that +2. I want to use it.
You might not be this high, but
Yeah, I'm
Let's
that
just
high.
say you're-
I'm that high. I can take me higher.
Oh man.
go for a performance check. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say the crazy madness of what just happened with the blood, your competitors being completely annihilated, you'd have advantage on this check.
Yes.
I'll borrow one of these. And it's a +2 to my already.
Forward side.
Can I? You said I can, as the drummer, use athletics instead
Yeah,
of
yeah.
performance, and it's because I already did a keep the beat, and no one's.
Are you trying to do a solo?
I'm trying to do solo.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Do it, Bon.
So I'm.
So you still get that +2, right?
Yeah.
I inspired myself.
Man, I'm good.
Oh my.
Oh no.
The dice is a cruel mistress,
Two,
my friend.
2 threes.
Oh.
That is nuts. Okay, so the straps of my drums break. And I'm like, I'm going in. I'm like, this one's for you. And I'm just floating there.
They fall down. Go.
And I just start like, I'm like, give me a mic, and I start beatboxing solo. And like, it's just sad. It's cringeworthy. It's sad to watch.
It's definitely an anticlimax and it's
I have
definitely
like
a failure.
my head in my hands, just like pulling on my hair.
What are you
just
doing,
like,
Bon? It's too early for a solo. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, to be fair, it was 3 plus 10, so it would have been a 13.
Which is one short of a normal performance. But
Yeah, but this is a solo, so
you're trying to go for a solo,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
has
so
a
it's-
DC 20.
Yeah, no, it's a fail.
It's a fail. Yeah. So you guys are sitting
Epic
on
fail.
4 each.
Yeah, well, Katri sees that this performance is going acoustic, and he uses his feline grace to jump ahead of Bon just to take the pit fiend's attention away.
Don't look at that.
Yeah. And I literally jump in there and just start playing a smooth jam and trying to make him melancholy and sad rather than just take it in that direction, just to give him those negative bluesy emotions almost.
So the song takes this weird transition all of a sudden where the drums just fall and crash to the floor, and then transitions into this. Your drums are on the floor here,
Oh no.
so you can go 40 feet, right?
I can, if I jump or use my
yeah,
feline
you can
agility, I can double it. So
20. So you want to go? Yeah, you can.
just in
easily
then,
get there.
yeah.
I just want to remind you guys, I'm not trying to help you or anything, but you can use bardic inspirations on each other.
Oh,
Is that
I forgot.
is that an action like or
It's a bonus
A
action.
bonus action.
And it
Okay.
gives
Yeah,
you,
and you've got-
gives you pluses to checks. So.
oh, nice.
So I'd say in this sense, bardic inspiration would be like going up to another bandmate and being like, yeah, rocking out together.
Can we do that like asynchronously while someone else is taking an action?
That has to be in your
It
turn.
would be on your turn, yeah. But they can use the bardic inspiration whenever.
D8.
Okay.
Okay.
Equal to your charisma modifier amount of time.
So Katri, you try and distract from John's thing. I'm gonna do something interesting here. what exactly do you do to distract?
I essentially just jumped in there, almost like a power slide, you know, just jumping in there and sliding, and I started to like play this magical. I can use one of my my abilities, my minor illusion, to create like a focus on the sitar, you know, and to like make a flame or something appear.
Okay.
And I just start playing this lovely melody.
So you're playing it off that this mistake with the drums falling is kind of part of the thing.
Exactly, it's a transition, yeah.
So I'm going to say you have an option here. You can go ahead and try and make a regular performance check, or you can retroactively give him another dice roll to try and succeed on the solo.
Let's do it.
But it's just a straight roll.
So and will it be like a new like roll?
It'll be a new roll. It'll replace his old one. So
Okay.
there's a potential to get a 3 score here, but it's just it's a performance check. No,
So okay.
no additions or
Then,
advantages.
no, then it's gonna be rough. No, then I'll rather.
But do I still add my athletics to it?
Yeah, still an athletics.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I believe in you.
So it's a bit of a gamble.
A gamble.
But use your bonus action to somewhat give him bardic as well then.
You can do that.
Yeah, I'll do it.
That makes
What is
sense.
it? The D8 or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, D8.
Up.
I think
Okay. Plus 7 plus 8.
You can do it.
Come on.
You can do it.
Plus 7 plus 8 plus 8.
What's that?
It's more than 20.
23.
it's
Yeah,
23.
23.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So I like the straps break, which was not part of the plan. Drums fall to the ground. As they fall, I like wing dive down and try and like catch up to the drums. And as they hit the ground, I go sit like in front of them, and then I start the solo.
next to Katri.
It's a part of it.
Like, we're meant to do this,
Yeah.
and we're just like so in sync.
Get back in it.
All right.
Okay. Which means you guys are now on 7 successes.
Cool.
Yes.
So that other one still counts as a fail,
Yeah, the other
Right.
one was still an initial fail. But
okay.
yeah.
but we
Turned it around,
Yeah, we turned it
yeah.
around, which is what you do in a jam.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Just gotta improvise and go with it.
Yes.
The pit fiend after this is like, let's go in somewhere.
All right. I'm gonna try and run back, do a little flip onto the stage,
Okay.
and then I'm going to.
Where's my bandmates gone?
I'm going to like sort of like riding into your solo. I'm gonna back up back-to-back solos, dude. Yeah.
Yo, so you're adding on to the solo.
Yeah. So first, though, I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration to give Fidget a bardic. I think you can roll the d8 on your turn if you would like.
Okay.
And then I'm going to just try and whip out my lyre and like following you like just shred. Oh my god, no!
Did you catch it? No.
Oh, almost.
Do you have advantage on this?
I do because of my spell. So I make performance checks with advantage.
So all the chains on the chain devil and the animated chains, the chains holding up these guys on the pillars start to
Nice.
2 9s? Are you kidding me? Oh no, it's a 9 and a 6, but it is.
This is for a solo, right?
Yes, yeah.
Unbelievable. Dude.
Guys, come on. Jesus.
Dude, that's how I felt.
Fucking advantage, man.
It's good.
I literally needed a 10.
So it's good. It's really good. But the between the scene better.
Maybe because like we're already doing a solo, it's a bit like we're like overshadowing your solo a little bit because it's all happening at the
So
same
like
time.
It's all too muddled.
I would say like you came back from and the blood's pouring and you're expecting them to be back on stage and you rip into a solo as you jump on stage and then you realize, oh, they're also soloing. Shit.
It's like two solos of each other. We gotta match the notes.
We didn't practice this. It's not part of the song.
Not part of the song.
Which, by the way, so you performed an action now. If you want to oh no, those guys are dead. Never mind. Fidget, you're on 7 successes, 4 failures.
Ooh, okay. I want to cast Major Image again. I think I have 1 more cast left on my 3rd level spell. And I want all of the failed competitors, the flayed men hanging upside down, I want them to burst into flames.
Like Monty Python.
I want to, while the solo is getting like building to like a crescendo, I want them to burst into flames.
Okay.
Like to look like they're like on fire and like
Burning
burning
Man.
alive, just to amplify the effect.
This is brutal.
So are you now giving
He's like a brutal
them a
monster.
bonus to their next, or passing on a bonus to the solo, to the next solo?
If
Or
that
are
makes,
you making a performance check?
I'm not sure.
Would that be keeping the beat?
I'd say because you specifically said you want to add to the solo here,
Yeah.
I'd say you guys keep the solo going.
Yeah.
And because you're using a 3rd level spell and doing something really epic, I'll say it does like 2 bumps to the solo.
Oh,
plus
Cool.
4. Yeah.
So yeah,
Cool.
So yeah, these guys already like being drained of blood. Now all of them.
They don't, it's just an
Bardic
illusion.
I
inspiration.
gave you Bardic
He
Inspiration,
gave
but
me
you can still
Bardic
keep it
inspiration.
for your next
Okay.
turn.
And I want to, as my bonus action, cast Bardic Inspiration to poor old
Yeah, he needs
Damien
it, yeah,
over there.
he does.
He really needs
Drank
it.
all that.
So you guys kind of do it back and forth with each
Yeah.
other.
Need some inspiration.
Yeah, I drank the blood of a really drunk guy last night. I'm a little hungover. I don't know what he was on, but
These poor unfortunate souls, they are drained of blood and on fire now.
But do they
It's
feel the
illusionary
flames?
flames.
Well, no, it's major image, so it actually does cast.
It does affect some heat, but not to harm them.
It's just a little bit hotter than it already is. Yeah.
But for now,
So now, the whole arena is our stage, apparently.
it seems like it.
so
you
I'm-
guys are
I'm-
really taking over here.
Yeah, man.
So what I'm gonna do is I just finish the last notes of my solo.
And I keep the beat again. So adding another
Okay,
Adding
plus
another.
2, so it's a +6 now to a solo.
yes.
And I pass it on you. Alright.
And then I take my driving support for his drum solo and I fly into a magical boosted solo.
We've learned now not to solo over each other, but to
But
give
together,
it over.
yeah.
Like a full neck shred going
Yeah.
on
Nice.
with the sitar twang.
yeah.
Nice. Go for a solo check.
7 plus, but you plus your performance and a 6.
Okay, so it's plus 11. Oh, it's not gonna be enough.
So for these
Dice rolls, man!
Dice are mean today, guys.
Yeah, so mean.
What did you get? 19.
I think, yeah,
18.
that's 18, yeah.
It's just a low roll, unfortunately.
that's another failure.
No.
Damn, okay.
That's not what I.
What are we sitting on? 8 failures,
Alright.
No, you're on 5 failures.
5 failures. Okay.
7 successes.
Okay.
However, I'm gonna say roll a complication here.
Okay.
Just because
D12.
Just because you failed. Normally, if you roll lower than a 7, you roll in the complication. Let's say because there's been 2 failed solo attempts,
In a row,
something
basically.
happens. I don't know. Roll D12. Yeah, right. You're correct.
Sevano.
Another 7.
Another 7.
Oh, okay.
What cruel torment of dice gods.
This is actually a positive complication that happens here, but I'm gonna say it's not gonna apply to this one. The solo, it doesn't fail or catastrophically fall apart or anything. It's just not like
Average,
top-notch.
yeah.
But you keep it going. And so this complication is actually a positive one. It's in the pocket. and you seriously in the groove, and you get a +4 to keep the beat. So it passes it on to someone else to potentially do a solo.
Okay.
So now the next person doing a solo gets a +4.
+4, yeah. Front man.
I'm gonna jump off the stage with my lyre. I'm gonna come up to you, and then I'm gonna try and save your solo.
Okay, thanks.
Pass it on to
Take
me.
it home.
And then I'm going. Oh god, that's not a roll. Wait, I roll a bardic inspiration as well.
But first check if you need it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I don't think I need it. That is a natural 18
Nice.
plus
Guys.
14.
Yes.
Sorry, man. Back, I love it.
Finally, you hit your groove. You're all on the same page after some initial struggles.
The drunk guy from last night's blood is finally out.
Yeah,
It's been replaced with that guy's blood.
Fresh new.
Yeah,
This guy was on some uppers.
Vitamin B.
My favorite kind of weed is
All right,
so
so
a podcast thing.
that is 3 successes then,
all right.
which gets you guys onto 10.
Nice.
How many more do we need?
2 more.
Oh wow. Okay,
You're
cool.
doing really well.
Okay, amazing.
And
Wow.
then I'm going to pass as bonus action. I'm going to pass another bardic on, but this time to you.
All right. Cool.
Go back to Fidget.
I think now that we're like we're finally in a groove. We're all like feeding off each other's energy, and like the song is building to a crescendo. I'm gonna just keep the vibe going and like use my illusion magic to jam, I guess.
Yeah.
Or is jam or keep the beat? Which one do you think would be better?
No, I think jam.
Jam.
Because we
yeah.
only need 2
Jam.
more.
So now I'm like in the zone now. Like we're all like.
I do have a
We've had our
bardic.
solos.
we've
There's been
I
a
can add my bardic inspiration.
there's
to
been a
that.
throng of solos
Yeah.
now, so
Yeah,
now you
yeah.
just get back into
Yeah,
it.
to the end,
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Okay, so I'd say now the illusions come off from the stage, and kind of as you guys are taking over this entire space, kind of starts to, just fill the space more. Those guys are on fire. You start projecting like bats coming, flying, like, circling in the area, all sorts of hellish.
I hold my flute and I just do like a whirlwind, and then I just like start to play this melody.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you roll a performance check?
My performance is 6.
Nice.
Wait,
What's
that's
that?
a 16 plus 6, 22.
Nice. 2.
Guys on 11, you need one more.
1 point.
Amazing.
Unless things go really bad from
This
here.
is it, guys.
Okay,
Let's
so-
take it out.
Can I cast bardic inspiration again as another bonus?
Yeah,
Yeah, you can, as long as you have them left.
Yeah.
Oh, how many do I have?
You should have 3 or 4.
Okay, I think I've only done it once.
Yeah,
You've got 3.
Okay. Okay, so you cast bardic inspiration
Yeah.
onto
Yeah,
Bon. I'm going to cast bardic inspiration on Katri.
All right.
All right.
I'm like
I'm
over
very
to you
inspired,
guys.
Yeah, Bon is.
Let's take it out,
Bon is
Bon.
feeling it.
I just do this. I take my shades and I just
And that
nod. I just nod at you knowingly.
coming from Fidget,
that's like-
that's
And we just
notch.
go back to back.
We
like
got
finishing
this.
off the solo
Yeah.
behind you.
And I look at you guys and I'm like, yeah, this is the band I remember.
Good old days. The good old days are back, boys. The good old days are back.
And I go into a fucking rage. and I just I hit those drums harder than I've ever hit anything before.
Okay, there's still blood like everywhere, by the way. So now as you pound the drums, blood goes.
Yeah, like splashes, with the pyrotechnics, those splashes are like glowing. And I like, I'm not trying to do a solo, I'm just trying to do a solid jam. And as I do, I take some of that blood into my mouth and I blow it out of my mouth and ignite it with my dragon breath. And because I'm in a rage, I get advantage on my athletics checks. When I do. Yeah.
Sneaky.
It's not sneaky, that's the rules.
Oh yeah.
Rules, buddy.
Okay.
The crescendo.
Yeah, epic. Go for it.
So this is the jam done. Holy fucking shit. But it's a jam,
Yeah, it's
so
fine, eh?
plus 8 is 15. 15.
And you have a bardic inspiration.
Hey.
Oh, I know,
yeah,
but, but I think he said 14 was a success, but
Yeah,
let's just add that. So that's 21. 21 total.
Bon Johnham just takes it home. Just takes it home, ends off with a solid beat. As the rest of you kind of fade out your back-to-back solos, the illusions come to a close as the fire and the flames and the bats all coalesce into like one massive swirl of colors and chaos, and then all of a sudden fades out, and the drum beat just
One of the songs at the end of the drum beat.
the last reverb out into the vastness of hell. And
That was bloody epic, guys.
Now that's what I'm talking about!
Thank you! We won't be here all week!
Well, actually, you will.
and that's where we'll cut it from. All right, guys, hope you really enjoyed that, but there will be a part 2 of this to find out what happens to our bardic group in hell.